This is the download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news in the business of podcasting. I'm Gavin Gaddis. Here's what you need to know for today, Wednesday, May 13th. First up, exclusive. Amazon Music delivers video podcasts. Pod News reports Amazon Music launches video podcasts today for US, iOS, and Android users. The app will use HLS video, as Pod News reports, quote, including support for HLS multivariate playlist via an alternate enclosure in RSS, end quote. Video podcast launched on Amazon's Art19 platform and will expand to more partners this summer. The piece notes there is no private API to submit video to Amazon Music, and it is not charging podcast creators or networks for access to video distribution. Next up, Magellan AI partners with Signal Hill Insights. The partnership combines Magellan AI's podcast ad intelligence platform with Signal Hill Insights brand lift and audience research expertise. Brands can now combine Signal Hill Insights brand lift studies with Magellan AI's exposure and performance data for precise audience matching, stronger control groups, and reliable measures of campaign impact on awareness, favorability, and intent. Next up, record quarter for BBC Sounds as flagship speech, sport, and news titles drive growth on and off platform. The Q1 report finds BBC Sounds had a 5% increase of plays year over year, totaling 718 million plays of radio, podcasts, and music content. Radio and podcast content specifically netted 265 million plays, with 11 million total signed-in accounts in the quarter. Next up, Instagram returns to long-form video strategy for Smart TV app. Scalable covers the trend of streaming services interested in short-form video. Prime Video launched Clips this month, Netflix and Paramount Plus did the same in April, and Disney Plus launched Verts back in March of this year. Unlike social platforms, these streamer feeds feature owned content clips that recommend long-form shows, not original content. And finally, this upfront season measurement is more important than ever. Possible has concluded, and it's upfront season once again. Ad buyers speaking to Marketing Brew say there is a greater focus than ever on demonstrating performance. KSM VP of Digital and Partnerships, Ashley Hutchings, notes upfronts are now less about the content being released and more about the outcomes that content can generate. Reach is taking a back seat to awareness and lower funnel business objectives. As for the rest of the news, Acast has launched its first integrated video ad campaigns on Apple Podcasts, with State Farm and T-Mobile ads being delivered via Apple Podcasts HLS and Acast Ad Tech. American Public Media's Marketplace and the BBC World Service have announced the upcoming launch of Must Be the Money, a new podcast that is set for May 18th. Audio monetization network and curated podcast marketplace Ozen FM has announced a strategic partnership with Number 8 to integrate its AI-powered audio intelligence. The latest episode of Podcast Advertising Playbook features a discussion between Frequency CEO Pete Jimison and FlightPath CEO Sean Howard about smarter podcast inventory management. Speaking of FlightPath, by the way, they have an upcoming launch of Revenue Optimizer, its new managed traffic service. Signal Hill Insights, President Paul Riesmandel has a new post showing off Signal Hill Insights' plans to offer custom audience checkups at its booth during the podcast show London next week. Oxford Road's Orbit rankings are back for a May edition, this time looking at the top 15 performing international podcasts. And finally, Netherlands-based company Azerion has become IAB Podcast Measurements Guidelines certified. Remember, you can find links to everything I just talked about by clicking the one link in your show notes. That will take you to today's episode post on soundsprofitable.com, where you can also subscribe to the newsletter version of the download to get it direct to your inbox every day. Today's episode was written and produced by myself, Tom Webster, Molly Demillier, and Brian Barletta. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis, and we'll see you tomorrow.